In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young woman named Alara. Her beauty was only surpassed by her kindness, and her gentle nature endeared her to everyone she met. Alara spent her days helping her neighbors, tending to the sick, and caring for the village's children. Her bright smile and generous spirit were a beacon of light in the community, making her beloved by all. Alara's life took a turn for the better when she met Aidan, a handsome and hardworking man. Aidan was known for his strength and integrity, often seen toiling in the fields or helping his neighbors with heavy tasks. His eyes sparkled with warmth and his laughter was a soothing balm to those around him. When Aidan and Alara met, it was as if the stars themselves had aligned. Their love blossomed quickly, a union of two pure and loving souls. They married in a joyous celebration that the entire village attended, everyone wishing them a lifetime of happiness. However, their newfound happiness was shadowed by Aidan's mother, Morgana. Unlike her son, Morgana's heart was as cold as the winter wind that howled through the village in the dead of night. Morgana had been widowed young and had raised Aidan on her own, instilling in him the values of hard work and determination. But over the years, her heart had hardened. She had grown possessive of her son, believing that no woman would ever be good enough for him. From the moment Alara and Aidan announced their engagement, Morgana's disapproval was evident. She saw Alara's kindness and beauty as a threat, a rival for Aidan's affection. Morgana's jealousy and bitterness quickly turned into a cruel obsession with making Alara's life miserable. She would often belittle Alara in front of others, spreading vicious rumors about her character and questioning her intentions. Alara, ever patient and kind, tried to win Morgana's approval. She would bring her gifts, cook her favorite meals, and tend to her needs. But no matter what Alara did, Morgana's heart remained unmoved. She saw Alara's attempts at kindness as mere manipulations, designed to steal her son away. Morgana's jealousy and bitterness toward Alara festered and grew with each passing day, morphing into a relentless obsession to make her daughter-in-law's life as miserable as possible. Morgana's methods of torment were varied and malicious, each carefully designed to break Alara's spirit and drive a wedge between her and Aidan. The depths of her cruelty seemed to have no bounds, casting a long, dark shadow over what should have been a happy and harmonious household. One of Morgana's primary tactics was to assign Alara impossible household chores. Morgana would wake Alara before dawn and hand her a long list of tasks to be completed by sunset, tasks that no single person could reasonably be expected to finish in such a short time. Alara was ordered to scrub the entire house from top to bottom, tend to the extensive garden, wash all the linens, prepare elaborate meals, and fetch water from the distant well, all before Aidan returned home from the fields. Morgana would watch with a cruel satisfaction as Alara worked herself to exhaustion, knowing that no matter how hard she tried, she would inevitably fail to meet the unrealistic expectations. As if the physical exhaustion was not enough, Morgana employed more insidious tactics to undermine Alara's confidence and happiness. She would deliberately create misunderstandings between Alara and Aidan, planting seeds of doubt and discord in their once harmonious relationship. Morgana would tell Aidan that Alara had spoken ill of him or his work, twisting innocent comments into harsh criticisms. She would then tell Alara that Aidan was displeased with her for not completing her chores, suggesting that he was growing weary of her incompetence. These lies and manipulations sowed confusion and hurt between the couple, causing them to doubt each other's love and intentions. To further her schemes, Morgana would feign kindness and concern in front of Aidan, portraying herself as a loving and supportive mother. She would often stage scenes where she appeared to be consoling a tearful Alara, whispering words of comfort that were actually laced with venom. Aidan, seeing his mother seemingly caring for his wife, would feel a mixture of gratitude and frustration, unable to understand why Alara was struggling despite the apparent support. Morgana's cruelty extended to psychological manipulation as well. She would frequently make snide remarks about Alara's appearance, subtly criticizing her clothing, her hair, and even her weight. She would compare Alara unfavorably to other women in the village, implying that Aidan could have done much better. Morgana knew that these constant, belittling comments would erode Alara's self-esteem over time, making her feel unworthy of Aidan's love and increasingly isolated. The toll of Morgana's relentless torment began to show on Alara. The once bright and cheerful young woman, whose kindness had endeared her to the entire village, began to withdraw into herself. Her sparkling eyes dulled with fatigue and sadness, and her warm smile became a rare sight. The joy she had once found in her daily activities was replaced by a sense of dread and hopelessness. Despite her best efforts to remain patient and kind, the constant barrage of cruelty was wearing her down. Despite the hardships, Alara remained steadfast in her love for Aidan. She believed that kindness and patience would eventually win Morgana over. Morgana had never approved of Alara, believing that no woman was good enough for her son. Her jealousy and bitterness turned into a cruel obsession with making Alara's life miserable. Every day, Morgana devised new ways to torment her daughter-in-law, from assigning impossible household chores to spreading vicious rumors about her character. One day, Morgana concocted a particularly devious plan. She approached Alara with a request that seemed innocent enough. "Alara, dear, our family is in desperate need of a rare herb that grows only in the deepest part of the enchanted forest. Only the pure of heart can find it. Will you go and retrieve it for us?" Alara, always eager to please and help her family, agreed without hesitation. Little did she know that Morgana's request was a trap. The enchanted forest was known to be filled with dangerous creatures and treacherous paths, and Morgana hoped Alara would get lost and never return. As Alara ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and the path more difficult to follow. She encountered many challenges, from ferocious beasts to treacherous ravines. But Alara's pure heart and determination guided her through each trial. Along the way, she showed kindness to every creature she met, earning their trust and assistance. In the heart of the forest, Alara finally found the rare herb growing in a serene glade. As she picked it, a gentle voice echoed through the clearing. It was the spirit of the forest, who had been watching Alara's journey. "You have proven your purity and kindness, Alara," the spirit said. "I will grant you a gift in return for your goodness. Take this golden pendant. It holds the power to reveal the true nature of anyone's heart." Grateful and relieved, Alara made her way back to the village. When she presented the herb to Morgana, her mother-in-law sneered, unable to hide her disappointment that Alara had returned. Without a word, Alara took out the golden pendant and held it up to Morgana. The pendant began to glow, revealing a swelling darkness within Morgana's heart. The villagers, who had gathered around out of curiosity, gasped in shock. They saw the true nature of Morgana for the first time and realized the cruelty she had inflicted upon Alara. Aidan, heartbroken by his mother's deceit, confronted her. "Mother, how could you treat Alara so cruelly? She has done nothing but love and respect you." Morgana, seeing the disgust and anger in her son's eyes, felt her power over him slipping away. The spirit of the forest appeared, addressing Morgana directly. "Your heart is filled with jealousy and malice. You must leave this village and seek redemption, or your darkness will consume you entirely." With no choice but to comply, Morgana left the village, embarking on a journey to cleanse her heart. Without her wicked presence, Alara and Aidan's life flourished. They were surrounded by the love and support of their fellow villagers, who admired Alara's courage and purity. Years passed, and Morgana's journey through the world transformed her profoundly. Forced to confront her own bitterness and malice, she wandered from village to village, seeking redemption and understanding. The cold-heartedness that once defined her began to thaw as she faced the consequences of her actions and the solitude brought about by her banishment. Morgana's path to redemption was arduous. She encountered people who mirrored her former cruelty, and she experienced firsthand the pain she had inflicted upon Alara. This introspection ignited a desire within Morgana to change. She began helping those in need, offering her labor to farmers, aiding the sick, and sharing her knowledge of herbs and healing. Through these acts of kindness, Morgana slowly rebuilt her character, piece by piece, shedding the darkness that once clouded her heart. In time, Morgana realized that true redemption lay in seeking forgiveness from those she had wronged the most, Alara and Aidan. Gathering her courage, she decided to return to her village, unsure of the reception she would receive but determined to make amends. When Morgana arrived at the village, she found it flourishing. The community had grown stronger, and the air was filled with a palpable sense of joy and prosperity. Morgana's heart ached with a mixture of regret and hope as she approached Alara and Aidan's home. Alara, now a mother to 2 children who inherited her beauty and kindness, was tending to her garden when she saw Morgana approaching. Recognizing the woman who had once tormented her, Alara felt a swirl of emotions. However, her inherent compassion and understanding quickly surfaced. She could see the changes in Morgana, The softened lines on her face, the humility in her eyes, and the weariness that spoke of a long journey. Morgana knelt before Alara, her voice trembling as she spoke. Alara, Aidan, I have come to seek your forgiveness. I was blinded by jealousy and bitterness, and I wronged you deeply. I have spent these years trying to atone for my sins, and I beg you to find it in your hearts to forgive me. Aidan, who had emerged from their home upon hearing Morgana's voice, placed a reassuring hand on Alara's shoulder. Together, they looked at the woman who had once caused them so much pain. Alara stepped forward and helped Morgana to her feet, her eyes filled with compassion. Morgana, Alara said softly, your journey has shown your willingness to change. We welcome you back, not as the person you were, but as the person you have become. Everyone deserves a second chance. The village, witnessing this poignant moment, embraced Morgana as one of their own. Her transformation became a testament to the power of redemption and forgiveness. Morgana integrated into village life, contributing to its prosperity with her newfound wisdom and kindness. The story of Alara and the wicked mother-in-law soon became a legend, passed down through generations. It served as a powerful reminder that true goodness and purity of heart could overcome even the darkest of intentions. Morgana's redemption highlighted that change is always possible, and that forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds. Alara's unwavering kindness and Aidan's steadfast love created a legacy that transcended their lifetimes. The village thrived, bound by the lessons of compassion and forgiveness that the tale imparted. Morgana's journey from wickedness to redemption became a beacon of hope, illustrating that no soul is beyond saving and that the light of kindness can illuminate even the darkest paths. What lesson did you learn from this story? Subscribe to the channel for more.